All right, folks, good afternoon. Welcome to another round of late in the day questions and answers. You can grab your favorite drink, just kick back and listen. Let me show you a picture of something real quick of fluids that I happen to have in my shop. Okay, of these fluids, what do I favor the most? Well, I like the CRC Brakleen, and Harbor Freight sells it. They sell it at a good price. So does Amazon. Let me show you both of the advertisements here, even though I buy most things off Amazon nowadays because of everything going on with the quarantine and what have you, and the Harbor Freight is a little ways away from me. So a lot of times if the price is within pennies or what have you, I just add it into my shopping cart for Amazon, so I will leave you the link, but let's look at the advertisements. Okay, you can see that there is really no cost savings there. So whether you got it at Harbor Freight and it's nearby you, or you're going to get it off Amazon, the choice is yours, but this is some fantastic stuff. I have a good friend who's a mechanic. He keeps a good supply of the CRC Brakleen, in his shop. Swears by it, especially for brake cleaning and so forth, but it does come in handy for a lot of other things. I use it with a small toothbrush or a small brush, clean up small parts. I just spray them down, scrub them off. It works great for those things. I mean, other people even use it for bug repellent. I don't use it for that really, but I mean, okay, it's a clever reason to use it. Most of the time it's used in brake work, and mechanics seem to use it a lot, and they seem to favor it. Now, there's a chemical in it called chlorofluoromethylene. You don't want to breathe it. So try to use this in a ventilated area, or try not to breathe the fumes, because it's not good for you. We'll call it toxic. They have red cans and green cans. I talked to the mechanic because I only own the red. I said, hey, well, what's the difference? He goes, I don't know, but the red always works better. So he goes, if I were you, continue to buy the red and don't buy the green. Red just seems to be a little bit more powerful cleaning fluid. What do I think of the pricing? I think of the pricing at Harbor Freight and on Amazon is going to be better than what you get in the auto supply store for sure, or at Walmart. I saw it at Walmart. It was like $11. And so, no, all the way around, I would get it from one of these two sources currently. They seem to have the best price. Well, yeah, you saw in the pictures, Amazon's got it for $3.97 and ships Prime free, Harbor Freight with a 20% off. It gives you $3.98, so you're within a penny. Okay, or what else would work equally as well for cleaner? PB Blaster, or you can make your own. I mean, actually, if you took ATF, transmission fluid, and you took acetone and you mixed them 50-50 in a small container. I use that a lot of time to do parts cleanup, de-rusting, descaling, what have you, and it works really good for a cleaner, and it's very inexpensive to make. But we're talking about the CRC Brakleen, and I just think it's great, all the way around. The mechanic friend of mine said when he has an engine that he's going to degrease, he sprays degreaser all over the engine after he's protected all of the things he doesn't want to get it on. Then he turns around and shoots a can of the CRC Brakleen all over it. He just said it enhances that degreasing ability and gets the engine incredibly clean. Now, that's not something that I've tried. I'm just passing on a tip that he told me that he does. And just make sure that you rinse it off really well with hot water or good clean water when you're done. You don't want to get this on rubber, plastic, not O-rings, nothing like that. It will start to degrade those. So if you can, wipe all of those things clean. Just with a rag or another material, because this will start to degrade it fairly quickly. It's got some kind of a caustic chemical in it, and it could easily be that chlorofluoromethylene that I told you about is the caustic material. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. Just passing on what he and I talked about. Now, somebody else said, hey, this could work really good as a battery connector corrosion cleaner removal kind of a thing. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to get that on the cables or the battery itself. So just get a battery post cleaner. Either that or drop Justin Dow on his channel. Drop him a note. He'll tell you the way he does it down at his shop where he works, but that's just my off-of-the-fly advice here. I wouldn't use it for that kind of a cleaner. Okay, don't forget, the main reason for CRC Brake Clean is to do what? Well, it's to degrease and clean brake parts and their metal components. But you can use it for other things. That's all I'm trying to point out. And the mechanic friend of mine, he does use it for other things. So I'm just pointing out, we had a long conversation because I noticed he always seems to use it. I've got one can of it, but I've also used other things like PB Blaster, and like I told you, I make my own, and they all work also. But this stuff is really handy when you really need it. Okay, continuing with the question, somebody said, isn't it better you just leave the wheel on the vehicle, just reach up, spray behind it, clean it off that way in and around the brakes and so forth? And I said, well, no, not really. You probably are much better off if you take the rim and the wheel off of there, and then do it by shooting it from the top down. Now, the reason why is if this stuff will eat away at asphalt, and it also will take the paint off of things. It's kind of caustic, like I said. So if I were you, I would take the tire and rim off just to protect everything, and you also get a lot better visual idea of how you're spraying it. Like I said, you would spray it from the top down. Just the best all the way around, to do it that way and take your time and do it right. Okay, another question is, would this take away the screeching that my brakes make when, I'm using my car? No, probably. I'm not an auto mechanic, but probably what you need to do is you need to go down to auto parts store or something like that, get yourself a shim that goes between, the caliper itself and the brake pad, and that would probably solve your problem. Okay, so what else could you use it for? You could use it for cleaning up your tools. If your tools get all greasy, grimy, messed up, spray this stuff on there, let it sit for a little bit, clean them off, there you go. Works great, and lubricates it at the same time, and it makes them look nice and new again before you put them away in your toolbox. So those are just my thoughts on this. I think it's a great product. I'll drop it in the links below. You take a look. Like I said, the cost between being on clearance now at Harbor Freight and Amazon, like a penny or so. If you're not in a rush, order it off Amazon, use the link. I make a few dollars to feed the strays that hang around my shop, like I always say. If not, and you're out at Harbor Freight, pick it up. It's still a damn good deal, and it comes in really handy for a lot of things, like I suggested, and not just brakes. Okay, folks, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. Drop me a comment if you're using it. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video, and we'll start getting into some projects pretty soon. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye-bye.